Hey peeps, it's your girl Rachel. Okay, so I am past my manic episode and I feel a whole lot better. I was able to talk to my counselor on Friday, and actually, she told me to call my psychiatrist because some of the medication is not working as it should. Because she says that I shouldn't have had an episode like that if I'm on my meds. I thought it was, one of those things that is just gonna happen once in a while, regardless of what you take. But at the same time, I understand her thoughts because it hasn't. I've had several of them over the last year, and I normally kind of and normally, I guess most of the time I'm okay, but when there's a few things that are introduced into my daily life, sometimes I don't know how to figure that piece out. But I know that this time there was something thrown into the mix that caused me to do a downward spiral. But excuse me, I've taken care of that. So that won't be an issue anymore. So now I just have to move forward with what I have going on in my life. And so great spirits. I do need to call my psychiatrist because here's the thing, and this is why I got outside insurance. I just got it, but it's because I do everything pretty much through the VA, and at one point in time I could not afford to get any insurance for marketplace or anything. And so the good part about it is, let me turn this down a little bit. This is not my music. This is Coffee, no, Toast. What is she? Her name is Coffee. Reggae Girl. I love her song. She is killing it. Anyway, so I'm all off track, right? See, this is how I normally act. This is the normal. This is normal Rachel. So this whole couple of videos that I did, it just shows you the process of how I sometimes go through different things, and that's cool because either way, I'm going to be fine. But I am glad to know that there is supposed to be more that can be done, so I'm not experiencing the ups and downs. And she said I shouldn't be experiencing those depending on the medication that I'm on. But then when she looked at the medication, she was like, "You're not supposed to." So what has happened is I believe it or not, and nobody ever can tell this except for those that really really know me, and they are like seriously in my life, and they are someone that I trust with my life. And I have to. That's what's funny. I have to trust them with my life, because if I don't, then to me my life won't seem worth anything. It seems worthless to me. So I have to have those that are in my corner and that understands the some of the things that I do go through. I'm a great person. I know that, but sometimes it's things that are in your life that there's no way to really just figure out what's the best way to navigate through it. So for me, I do, it's harder than what it looks, and so I'm at a beginner. What the hell? Believe it or not, high. Okay, I'm high. I got to be. I can remember that. But believe it or not, I am bipolar 1, but, well, not I am, but I have the bipolar 1 disorder, but it is a severe case of bipolar disorder 1. Whether people see it or not, or know it or not, and I managed to hide it well. I look back to some of the commercials that I've seen on TV, and it's so correct, where they're sad. I gotta figure out why I'm yawning like that. I really do, because I'm always yawning. It's no, when I get on here, I start yawning. So that must be what it is. It must be I'm allergic. Or I'm bored with these concepts and talks and whatever. So it's so funny. It is, things are just so funny to me how they turn out, and the only thing I can do is just keep moving, because there's really nothing I can do about it, with the exception of what I am doing, and that's seeing the right people, getting the right diagnosis, and in addition to that, just understanding some of the things that's going to happen, seeing if I could I don't know. I can't remember what I was talking about. So seriously, but I think it was. I know where I got it from. Completely different story. Not even close to what I was talking about. I was thinking, because I meant to pick some up from the store. I can't remember where I got the item from. But anyway. So, yeah, a few things got thrown into the mix, thrown at me real quick, and I had to duck and dodge, and it really did upset me. So I had to take some time out, and like I said, like you've been seeing on the whole series of videos that I just put out, is what it is. I can't dictate how I'm gonna react to certain things. Certain things I figured out send me into a loop, and some things I figured out send me into a downward spiral, just completely just what do you call it, consumed by what's going on in my surroundings and what's going on in my head. Sometimes they are completely two different things, completely. And I try to notice some of my triggers, and some of those triggers are sometimes inevitable and unavoidable. But hopefully when I talk to my psychiatrist, that she will be able to give me something that really does help to not curtail, but stop the different levels that I go to, and the severity of my disorders is trying to me, but I understand it, and I deal with it better now, because I've been educated, and I understand what I do, and I also understand that it's not intentional. What the hell? What is going on with me? I might be high for it. My little vape this morning. So hopefully that's not it. But anyway, so just trying to get back to normal, which I'm getting back there. I'm taking my medication, and I may have gotten thrown off also because I did a sleep study last week, and in order to do that, you have to. And I can't take my medication at night, and that right there is enough to be an issue for me, only because I can and I can't sleep. So I slept maybe 4 hours at one time, and then I slept, and then I was up, and I went back to sleep for another hour, maybe hour, maybe 2 hours. I don't know. It could have been a total of 6 hours that I slept, but which is good for me, um, especially if I'm not on my medication. And so that was pretty good for me, but I had to, I had to prepare for it because I couldn't take anything to sleep. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't need to take something to sleep because I have other things going on that can help out. But with that being said, I have to be really careful about some of the things that I do, and learning that I do have sleep apnea and I gotta sleep with the thing on my face, the CPAP. I'm not thrilled about that, but maybe it'll help me to breathe a little bit better. I don't know. Everybody that I've talked to said that it's helped them and they can breathe better and sleep better. Because my nasal cavities are always closed up for some reason. They're closed up now. And I take Flonase, I take different, what do you call them? Allergy medications, and they don't really work. But anyway, how did I get on this subject? I don't even know how I got on this subject, to be honest. But in my defense, sometimes I'm all over the place. But anyway, I'm glad that I'm feeling better, and I am hoping that Dr. C can give me something that's going um, to help me with these mood swings that I'm still getting. And if I were properly medicated, I wouldn't get those, and that helps me to look forward to getting on the right path to the right medication. But other than that, I think I've been handling things a little bit better over the last month. It was just a monkey wrench that was thrown into the mix at the time that other things were happening at the same time. And so that just created that event, the events that you saw. And I'm glad, that I'm getting these things out, because here is something that most people won't talk about because it's taboo. And you have even less people, even fewer people that are in the Black community that will share this information. I'm just so serious. And it's so funny because there are certain things that happen or that people say to me from the Black community, and I want to look at them like, really? That's a bunch of malarkey. Excuse me, but people don't what you don't understand is something that sets in a person's mind when they think about it. They can't understand what you're saying. So it would be like, well, they can't feel what you feel. They can't think like you think. It's like, okay, so I always use this analogy. If I have never done brain surgery and been trained for doing a brain surgery operation, then I cannot tell you or the doctor how to do it. That's something you got to know, and you have the experience in it. I can't just walk in the operating room and be like, hey, I got this. Give me some scrubs. and a mask. We on the way. But so a lot of times you just don't know what a person is going through, and they may look happy, they may look whatever. They may keep themselves looking uptight, or not uptight. Did I mean to say that? No. You get the gist of it. I'm not gonna edit this shit out. I'm just gonna say what I want to say. And hey, I do not care at all. So y'all just gonna have to forgive me if I'm saying something crazy. But anyway, so just thinking about some of those things, and some of the things that is going on with me. And I'm really grateful to actually have the ability to do certain things like this, because I do feel like it will be an addition to somebody's life, and it will help them to understand more. I'm a researcher, and so I look for everything and anything that has anything to do with me and everybody else, if I figure it out, if I can hear it. If I know it exists, I can pretty much guarantee you I will find it. So if you have some research that you need to do on something, hey, I'm your girl, because I am definitely going to look it up. But with that being said, I'm glad I'm back to my normal self, and that's the happy go lucky Rachel. So I don't have to put the mask up that's showing me smiling, when behind the mask really actually crying. And everybody has a little slump now and then. It's just mine is a little bit more severe. That's all. And I am just looking forward to navigating through this whole process and taking people along with me, so they can understand. Hopefully they can try to understand, or begin to understand, the severity of these types of mental conditions. And just because I look like this doesn't mean that I feel like this. But I try my best to take every day one step at a time, and just do what I need to do to help myself to get through some of the things that I go through at times. So I don't know what else to say that can describe some of the stuff that I go through, or some of the stuff that people with bipolar 1 or bipolar 2 disorder. I don't use these terms lightly, because a lot of people think that, oh yeah, la la la, and it's not. I understand that everybody thinks that things should be so easy, but everything is not as easy as it may seem, because a lot of times there are things that are working behind the scenes, people that are working behind the scenes, and they are there to assist you with the navigation of your life, or of the things that you are looking to accomplish. And one thing I'm so looking forward to is just to be without this anxiety that builds up in my. It's if you've ever been set on fire, that's how I feel, but it's on the inside. And until I take my medication, that's whether it's pills or other stuff, until I take that medication, I can't calm myself down. I try to, and I'll try exercises like breathing in and breathing out and just bringing myself down and slowing down my heart rate, because at that point it's just like all over the place. But with that being said, I believe that's all for this episode of my bipolar 1 disorder. And this one was a manic episode. And I am still doing a little bit of spending, but not much. Like yesterday, I spent $100, but it was necessary. I was at the dispensary and I had to try some stuff. Come on. So, yes, everything I smoke is legal. Okay, I'm legal. I got the card. So don't worry about all that. But anyway, so hey, I gotta stop saying so. I say it all the time. I don't know if anyone has noticed that. But anyway, this is the end of my series for this time. And I probably will stay connected as far as when I go through certain things and not sure what to do and how to process it. I'll probably be coming back on quite frequently just to really get out some of the things that are going on with me and to hopefully help somebody else. So, and there I go, said it again. I don't even know how to start if I don't say that. Let me see. I want to thank you for checking me out. It's your girl Rachel, and I have an interesting life is all I can say. But hey, I look forward to coming on and talking and all of that stuff. And I'm looking forward to the future, regardless to what's going on around me. And with that being said, I'm out.